Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another vlog. It is Wednesday and I was just kind of puttering around the kitchen and figuring out what to do for dinner tonight. I'm actually defrosting a hunk of Chilean sea bass, which is one of my favorite, I was gonna say fish, seafood. It's like my favorite seafood. And I have a day of meeting up with my interior designer, and I actually was referred to my interior designer by a good friend of mine here who had her help with her new home this like 3 years ago. And so she has been talking about this designer for a really long time, and so that's why I decided to go with her. So I'm meeting up with my designer, but I'm also meeting up with my friend. She's gonna be coming along and helping out as well. So that'll be really fun. I'm gonna show you like the color scheme kind of that we've come up with for the family room. That's the TV room. And I think it's pretty funny because we don't have furniture in a lot of rooms. We don't have furniture in the dining room. We don't have furniture in that fireplace room. We barely have any furniture in the 2 other bedrooms upstairs. But the one room that I want to redo first is the room that we have furniture for. So anyway, c'est la vie. It's the room we're going to be spending the most time in. So that's why I wanted to start there. But I did want to just have a little chit chat with you because I wasn't sure if I wanted to document and vlog this entire process, but I am embarking on something which for me is a very challenging, it's a very personal thing, and that is my diet. And so, in the past, I've done a lot of different diets. Some have worked, some haven't worked, some have lasted, some haven't lasted, some have made some lasting effects, some have changed me permanently. And so, I first and foremost, I am no doctor, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist. Anything I'm talking about, this is my own personal journey. I've been to the doctor, I get physicals. The first time I embarked on a diet like this one, I did go to the doctor, I spoke to her about it, and she kept an eye on my levels, and we were good. And it actually turned out to be an excellent diet for my my body type, I guess, my makeup. So about, I can't believe actually how long it's been, maybe 7 years ago at this point, 6 or 7 years ago, I did the paleo diet for the first time. And I think it was the first time that I thought about doing like an elimination type diet. Before then, it had always been some sort of number counting, calorie counting or macros counting, where you're counting your protein, carbs, fat intake and balancing. But this was the first time I think I had ever considered an elimination diet. And it just seemed so extreme to me, and I just wasn't sure if I would be able to do it. My relationship with food is, like all of ours, deeply, deeply personal. It is something I feel like I have struggled with my entire life, again, like many of us. And I eat, I eat emotionally, I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm sad, I eat as a distraction, I eat to celebrate things, I eat when I go out with my friends. I'm not saying anything revolutionary here, but it's something I feel like over the lockdown and over the pandemic has really gotten out of control. I'm eating things that I haven't eaten since I was like a kid. There were things that I just stopped eating as an adult. I was like, that is terrible, never eating that again. And here I am eating those things again. So I just want to clean up my diet. My goal is to just feel better. And it's, when I was younger, I probably started dieting, or at least thinking about it like in high school, college, after college. Like I remember like points in my life where I was like, yes, I'm gonna lose weight, whatever, I want to be thin. And I think losing weight would be a great like side effect of what I'm doing. But losing weight is just not, it can't be my focus because I don't want it to be about my appearance. I really don't want it to be about my appearance. That to me is fleeting, it's not long lasting, and it doesn't get you through the hard times, the times when you really want that French fry, like it's really not gonna get you through those times. And I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of comments, you know, about everyone else's journey and what works for them or whatever. All of our bodies are different. All of our brains are different. What I do for me is for me. And it's not for anyone else. It's not because of the latest fad or whatever. I have tried a lot of different types of diets, and this definitely is the one that is the most realistic. It's the most sustainable, and like I said, it's just the one that has in the past worked the most for me. So unfortunately, I'm just not someone that can just have a few, just have like a couple French fries. That does not work for me. I can't. I will just continue to eat the French fries, or I'll manage that one time. I'll have two that one time, but the next time I'm faced with French fries, I'll think, oh, I had two, I'll have two again, and then another two. And then by the time, you know, a month passes, my resolve to eat better has completely just, you know, disappeared. So I'm embarking on this. I don't really want to focus it so much on like health and diet and again, like the way I look or whatever. Yes, it's about the way I feel, but again, for me, I can't speak for anyone else, there is such a connection between my diet and my mental health. And I'm a pretty stable, mentally healthy person. I consider myself very, very fortunate. I don't really have, you know, anxiety issues, but what I notice when I'm not eating well is that my energy levels go up and down. And when my energy levels go up and down, I start to feel like I'm languishing. I start to feel like I'm floundering. I don't like having that afternoon lull. I don't like just being really energetic in the morning and then the rest of my day is like worthless. And that is how I feel when I'm not eating well, when I don't feel like I'm in balance. So for me, it's just to be able to maintain productivity, it's to maintain my sanity, and nothing, absolutely nothing gets me in a better mood than when I work out. There's absolutely no substitute for that feeling. So I am doing paleo. I'm on my third day, and I'm going in pretty strong. I'm going in, it's almost like a carnivore diet. I'm really focusing on eating meats, eggs, seafood, really high protein, really high fat, really low carbs. And a lot of people ask me the difference between, you know, paleo and keto, because what you end up eating is very similar, but keto is about counting. Keto is about counting your macros, your fats, your carbs, your protein intake. It's also about like what is that called? The fasting, the intermittent fasting and all of that. I don't like having like parameters around things like that. Paleo is more of, I guess you could say, like a philosophy of just eating what the early caveman ate, what was available to this early caveman, which were animals, you know, hunters and gatherers. A lot of meat, a lot of root vegetables, some vegetables, but very little of anything else, like no beans, no soy, no dairy, nothing like that. So that's what I'm doing. And, you know, again, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, talk about it during the process. I'm sure many of you can relate. Sometimes I just want to do something and I don't want questions about it. I don't want constant eyes on it. But, you know, since I have been vlogging more and since I do vlog meals and what I'm eating and things like that, I wanted to explain myself. If I was like showing you a steak every night, if you're not doing paleo or keto, that's probably not something you want to do. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of explain myself and also take you on this journey, because I do really feel strongly about how your diet affects your, you know, day-to-day mental state. I'm not going to go so far as to say your mental health, because I think that's too strong. I think people, you know, a lot of people suffer with mental health issues. And again, I'm no doctor or anything, but I'm not sure that a diet change could actually help that. But for me personally, it just balances me out in every way. Mood, energy, hunger, you know, just everything just sort of becomes completely even. So I did want to mention that, and I'll talk more about it. You know, obviously this is not something I'm just going to do for like a week. I plan to do this for as long as it continues to make me feel good. So that's the plan in terms of food and eating. And you know, something else I wanted to touch upon is that Las Vegas has become quite the hotspot for COVID, for the Delta variant. And it's become a problem that the mask mandate for indoors has come back. And I think that's the least we could do. You know, if we want to go out and put a mask on while we're out, that's the least we can do to try to avoid the spread of this. The point I'm trying to make is I was just getting back into Orange Theory. I'm not going until the numbers come back down. And I was going to Pilates. I am not going until the numbers come down. Pilates wasn't so bad. You know, I was having privates, so they were one-on-one. We were usually in our own room. If there was a class going on, it was at most like 4 people in total. But I just feel like, why risk it? Hopefully this will blow over a little bit more quickly. I have no idea. So because of all of that, what I've decided to do, which I wasn't ready to do for the house, but in a very light kind of way, I've started to purchase things for our gym. And they've started to arrive. So I've ordered some like free weights, just like some really basic stuff. Those mats to put down on the floor to protect the floor. I got one of those kind of cheap, cheesy benches that can turn into like a weightlifting bench, you know, the ones that lean forward. You can lie back on, and then I think it has 2 heights, so you can use it as a stepper or one of those benches. Anyway, I'll show it to you. And we have a TRX strap, which I want to hang from the middle of the room. I know you can hang it on a wall, but I just don't like that. And then I ordered a water rower. That won't be coming because they have to build that. But that'll probably come in like 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. So yeah, I'm, you know, excited to kind of get that going. Like I said, I really wasn't planning on building out this home gym. You know, when we kind of were open again with no masks and we were all thinking we were in the clear, it was nice to know I could just go to Orange Theory. I could just go there, whatever, we can build out our own gym whenever we want. But yeah, I've moved it up on the priority list. So that is going to be happening. But again, in a light way. You know, I would love to get like a professional in there, get mirrors on the wall, maybe put up a bar for like stretching, get some other like more serious equipment in there. But for now, I've got the water rower for cardio, and then the free weights and the TRX for strength. And then I'll probably use that room to like stretch and, you know, meditate. Usually I just sit at the kitchen counter to meditate, which is something I try and do every morning, but I'm gonna do it in that room because it's on the darker side and it's very relaxing in there. Let's see what has arrived. I think some free weights, and I think that bench has arrived. All right, so I think these are boxes of weights. And then I think these are our mats. And we have so many boxes up here. We have dog food, we have more lounge chairs we have to put together. I got some outdoor umbrellas. Did I bring that bench into the gym? I probably did. So our gym is right here. And I don't know if you guys caught my empty house tour, but this gym was actually meant to be a home theater. So there's all these like connections in the ceiling, and there's like a whole AV system in here where our entire house is like wired up, but we don't really have any of the equipment for that. That company actually that set this up, they're coming back to kind of update the system and like fill it out and everything for us. And that work is going to start next week, and I'll vlog a little bit of that. So here is the bench. Let me get that out of the box, and then here are some more of the, I almost said dead weights, the free weights. And then this is all the random stuff that we had from our previous lives. All right, here is my bench, and it's a lot heavier than I thought. So this end comes up, and you can turn this into, you know, like what looks like a normal bench. You can sit here and do like, you know, your incline flies or whatever. So they have these legs that come up, and then it snaps closed like that. You can have it at a pretty decent height, and then when when you do use this, you can sit down on it. It's not too low to the ground. So I thought this was a pretty good starting bench. Any of those more like professional gym benches were very, very expensive. This was like definitely less than $200. So I thought this was a good starting point. I'm happy with this. So I definitely didn't get enough of these mats to cover the entire floor in here because I don't want to. I just wanted to cover where we're gonna have like this bench and like where we're gonna keep the free weights and then eventually the water rower. And then I only got a few just to see what these were like. If I didn't like them, I figured, you know, not too much of an investment and I could get a different kind or something. But these are a 1/2 inch thick. And I think these were just like Amazon basics. So again, not a huge investment, but they look like they were gonna do the job. So I have my pair of 25-pound dumbbells, a pair of 20-pound dumbbells, and before that makes me sound a lot stronger than I am. The 25-pound ones are definitely for my husband, unless I'm just gonna use one, probably. But I ordered a pair of 15-pound and a pair of 10-pound. That's more like my comfort zone. So yeah, just waiting on those. And then like I said, the water rower, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I ordered for this room. It's really echoey in here too. So let me get out of that room. For some reason that room is even more echoey than out here. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic about my, I don't know, health or my level of fitness. You know, I feel like I have been almost every level of fitness in my life, from extremely sloth-like no working out at all. I used to be a smoker, smoking like 3 packs a day, to being very fit. And I prefer being fit. I prefer being healthy. I don't know who doesn't, but I prefer being healthy. And I was really, I had become kind of down about the COVID numbers going up, the mask mandate coming back, which I'm not upset about the mask mandate. I'm just upset that we have to have a mask mandate. And my first thought was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna completely fall apart again. I really was not thriving at all during the first lockdown. It was fine. I was going about my day. I was working. I was functioning, but I think that's it. That's all I was doing was functioning. And I just don't want to get there again. And, you know, I'm just trying to make things work for me. I kept telling myself, oh, well, I'll go out for a run. And who cares that it's so hot in the morning? You'll get used to it. I never got used to it. It's excruciatingly hot all the time here in the summertime. And that was definitely something I had to get used to in general. But in terms of going out for a run, like even if I would wake up at 5 before the sun rose, it's like 88, 90 degrees, and it's actually not humid here at the moment, but it has been very, very humid. And in the mornings, it's the most humid until the sun comes out and kind of like dries everything out. And I was like, I can't do it. It's so miserable. Like the idea of it was more stressful than not doing it. So anyway, I was like, I just have to make it work for me. So I'm starting to feel more optimistic having some equipment at home that I can use. And I'm not an at-home workout person. It's never worked for me, but I think having like a dedicated space to it is really gonna help. I've never been that person that can just like push aside my coffee table and work out in my living room. Like, I don't know why. I can't do it. So I have high hopes for this, and yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready and go test some couches. What's today? Happy Thursday. Yes, happy Thursday. I'm a little thrown off today because I'm taking Miss Butters to school. She does not usually go to school on Thursdays. Oh my, something happened here. I think there was a car accident here at this intersection. Oof, that is always horrible to see first thing in the morning, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm taking Miss Butters to school today. Thursday, mainly because we have just some like super minor work being done in the house, but she just goes like bonkers around other people. So I just thought it would be better just to take her to school, and we wouldn't have to put her in her crate and she'd get stressed out. So that's what we're doing. And all we're doing at the house is we're just like resealing a window. I just noticed that the ceiling was like kind of old and cracked or whatever, and I just want to, and it's for one of my big windows, and I just want to seal it properly. So that's all we're doing. But it's a day at school for Butters, and I figured I would take you guys along with me because after I drop her off, I'm going to go to Whole Foods and I'm going to do a little grocery shopping. So I thought I'd take you with me. It's not going to be very exciting grocery shopping since I am doing paleo. I'm just getting some more meat. I actually placed an order, and I've talked about this place in previous vlogs, like last year or whatever, but it's a company called Black Box Meats, and they're actually a supplier of foods, meats, basically, for all of the strip hotels, and they started to offer the service of delivery of their meats to everyday customers during the lockdown when all the casinos were closed. So they decided to keep it going because I think it did so well. So I actually purchased 4 steaks from them and 4 hunks of Chilean sea bass from them. So that's coming today. So I just need to get some other stuff, like I'm running out of eggs and whatever. Anyway. I'm going to Whole Foods, and I thought I'd take you with me. But yesterday, I just completely fell off. I vlogged a little bit while I was at the furniture store with my interior designer and with my friend. My camera battery died at the store, so then I just stopped vlogging for the rest of yesterday, so I apologize. But I do have some exciting updates. The furniture store visit yesterday was a success, which is great. So I will show you some pictures and swatches and stuff when we get home. But I'm excited for that, except that the delivery window for everything now is like 16 to 20 weeks. So what I ordered won't be coming until around Christmas, which seems so far away. I'm gonna forget what we got by the time it comes. Here we are, Whole Foods. Back from Whole Foods, let me show you what I ended up getting. I got 3 packs of bacon. Love bacon. And then I got some bone-in beef short ribs. I got some chicken bone broth, some organic crunchy peanut butter. This is for my husband. Peanut butter is not paleo because peanuts are beans and beans are not paleo. So anyway, I got the Primal Kitchen ketchup and I got some Primal Kitchen classic barbecue sauce. I got 2 unsweetened milks. This is my favorite almond milk because there are no gums in there. So it's not pretty when you pour it into your coffee, which is when I drink it. It like separates and it does not look good, but it just takes the edge off of like black coffee enough. So 2 milks. And then what is this? I got some shrimp. This is the already peeled, already deveined shrimp. And then I got 2 pork breakfast sausage patties. And then I also picked up, this is kind of a first for me, but apparently this is very important if you are going to be doing a paleo, meat heavy kind of diet, is you want to eat the whole animal. You want to eat from the ruta to the tuta. So I got some 100% grass-fed organic beef liver. I'm not excited about this, but I did look up some recipes on YouTube, and there was actually a Primal Kitchen channel, and the guy on there was talking about ground beef recipes, and what he'll do is he'll add like an ounce of diced beef liver into his ground beef, like on the skillet, and then, season it up with some sauce and, salt and pepper or whatever. And he's like, you can't even taste it. And he also said the key to actually prepping liver, he thinks, is cutting it up and dealing with it while it's still frozen. Because once it thaws, it's just so gelatinous. And then I just got some eggs, which is just such a staple for paleo. And then I got some seltzer waters. You guys know I'm like addicted to seltzer. So I got my regular 365 ginger. I drink a lot of that version. But there was this brand Nixie, and they had some interesting flavors. So this is lime ginger, and I picked it up because it was on sale for like Prime members. It was like $3, I think, for this 8-pack. And normally I think it's like 6 or 7, which is why I've avoided it. But it was on sale, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And then this is peach black tea. So we'll see. I will let you know how that seltzer is. I'll probably have some with lunch. So I did want to show you guys what I ended up purchasing. So we went to Bassett, which is a furniture store I had never heard of. I don't know if we have these back in New York. It's not like I was ever really doing major furniture shopping back there. So this is the couch that I ended up getting. It is the Oliver Great Room Sofa, and it's on sale currently for $1,600, which is, I don't know, I think a decent price. Obviously it's more expensive than like IKEA, but I was looking at like Restoration Hardware, and I mean, I don't even think you can get like one of their little chairs for $1,600. So anyway, I thought the price was decent, especially considering like the quality. It just looks really, really well made. It was comfortable, and it was just exactly what I wanted. So let me show you. Let's see, is it under description? Is there anything under description? Oh, here, dimensions. So the width overall is 92, which my, interior designer, she took measurements of the room and everything, and she was like, we could do something between 85 and 95. She's like, but 92 would be perfect. And so when we saw that measurement, she was like, oh my God, we have to get it. And then the depth would work really well, it being 39. So I originally thought I wanted something that was really deep. It just looks really cushy. But for someone who's not very tall, a super deep couch actually ends up being kind of uncomfortable. Like when you sit on it, you can't get all the way back to sit up like normally. So it's strange. It just doesn't really work. So the dimensions just work really well. And let me show you the fabric. So I'm sure the camera, well, it's pretty close, at least in the monitor. It's in the gray family. And this is the actual fabric that we got. So that's the number, that's the color, oyster. But it has just the slightest hint of green in there. And so I thought it would be perfect to go with the veining in here. This is my kitchen counter. And this is going in the family room, but my family room is right next to my kitchen. So it would be like right there. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, it wasn't gonna clash with the kitchen. And then our kitchen tile has that green in it as well. And it's this really beautiful chenille. So it's this heathered chenille. And I just like the heathering in it because, you know, chenille, much like velvet, there's like direction to the weave. And sometimes if you get one solid color, you know, it's like brushed. And so if you run your hand one way, it'll look darker. And then you run it the other way, it'll look lighter. And the heathering in this sort of camouflages that. So it's nice. It's not gonna look like it's all messed up all the time. And this is the window treatments we're getting for the sliding door in the family room. So that is right here, and then here's the family room. So the window treatment is gonna go across the entire wall here. So we thought that was a nice match. You know, this is a little bit, just a little bit lighter, but it has the same kind of feeling to it and has that same like teeny tiny hint of green in there. And then I want to do wallpaper in the family room. I'm like such an old lady. I love wallpaper. So we've got these two walls. We're moving the TV over to this wall. And then, sorry, it's not focusing because it's all white. And then I want to do wallpaper on this wall and this wall, just these two walls, kind of wrap it around here. And so I'm thinking about doing this grass cloth wallpaper. I just love the subtle texture to it. You're not even going to be able to really see it from far away. But I thought this would go nicely with the window treatment. It'll go nicely with this couch. And I know it looks really monochromatic right now, but we're going to do like a contrasting rug. I'm definitely going to get like contrasting pillows and, you know, like a coffee table to change it up. And obviously I'm going to hang stuff on the wall that's going to be contrasting. But I thought just for like the basics, like the things that are kind of background, like the big furniture pieces, the window treatment, the wallpaper, it would be nice for it to all work very closely together and then throw in accents. So I got two of these couches. So I'm gonna have one basically like where this one is right here going across, and then I'm gonna have the other one facing this way. Not up against that wall. Actually, we're gonna have to see. Maybe up against that wall. We'll see. But the other couch is gonna go there. And then I got two chairs that are gonna go here with the back to the sliding door because the TV is gonna go there. So the thinking is my husband and I like to lay down and watch TV. So I'll have one couch to lay down on. He'll have one couch to lay down on to watch. But it'll also be a room where I feel like the TV isn't just like the center focus of it. So if we have guests, we can just sit here and talk. And then the two chairs there will be great if we all want to watch TV or whatever. So I got the matching chairs. I got the Oliver chair, and that is what this looks like. And it was on sale at the store. It was 20% off also. So it was 20% off of that price. Just really, really comfortable. And I wanted to do a different fabric for the chairs. So we're doing this fabric. It has such a nice, do you see that weave? It's such a nice weave. And again, it matches, it's different, but it kind of matches what we're doing here. And it has that gray that has a like teeny tiny bit of green in there. And it's just so pretty, so pretty. So I was debating whether or not I wanted to do like leather or, yeah, just something like really like totally different. But I don't know. Again, I felt like, let me just leave it for like the pillows and the rug and the ottoman. And we're going to do like an ottoman coffee table, like leave it for all of that and just leave like the big pieces and the background pieces, like kind of the same story. So I am really excited for all of this stuff to come in. It's going to take forever. Like I mentioned, it's all going to come in probably right before Christmas, which will be nice. It'll be a nice Christmas present to ourselves. And this is, you know, we're not positive yet, but this is the area rug that I'm thinking of. It's really cool. I really like it. And again, you know, I'm depending on the rug and the pillows and stuff to change up the room a little bit and not look so monochromatic, and make it look cozier too. So I just really like this, and I don't know if you guys can see, but up close, it has like a slight metallic sheen when the pile is going in one direction. Can you see that? Those flecks? It's really, really cool. There's some over here too. It's really neat. I'm just not positive if this color is too like brown versus the green. Like, I'm not sure if it's clashing or not. So we're gonna keep looking at rugs, but this is the one that we're kind of bringing around with us to like showrooms and, you know, and just seeing if this one works. But I don't know, I think you guys can see in the monitor, like this is much, I guess cooler. Like this gray has a little bit of like bluish purple in it, and this gray has more green in it. And so I'm not sure, you know, in my eye, like, is that clashing or is it complementary? I just have to, like sit with it and decide. So I'm gonna leave all of this out and just keep looking at it in the different light and everything. So here it is all on my floor with the sliding door over here on the right. So yeah, I think it works. It's funny, like putting it kind of more directly in the sunlight here, this looks a little bit more like washed out, like gray, instead of me seeing like the warmth of the green in there. And same with this one too. It actually looks a little bit more beige. And then I feel like it's working better with this rug. So interesting how like light changes it so much. That's the window treatment. I just got this box and I think this could be Butter's bed inserts. Oh, they are. Okay. Oh my God, they're like airtight sealed. Let me be careful not to actually cut the bed here. There's one. So I got the covers for these inserts in a different box a few days ago. I wonder if I could have used like a queen size pillow. This is definitely bigger than a standard, but not as big as a king. I probably should have looked at the measurements. Anyway, this is the size small bed from the Foggy Dog. And there's the other one. Awesome. All right, well, she's at school, so we'll see when she gets home how much she likes these. So I think when I first talked about these, I mentioned how Butters is a bed humper. And so I can't get those beds with like the bolster around them because she just goes right after those and just humps away. So at school, because they have beds everywhere for all the dogs or whatever, and they just have a whole bunch of different styles, I've been told by the principal at her school that she is now coined as the bed buster because she just goes around and just bites them, humps them, throws them around, flips them over, humps them. She's just humper, and apparently she's setting a really bad example. So now all the dogs are doing that to the beds, and so she's officially the bed buster at school. They had to get rid of all of the beds and get these like weird shaped like foam things that are actually made for children, but there's like nothing for her to like get at, you know, like nothing for her to like actually hump. If I can get a picture, I will, and I'll show you guys. But that's my dog. That's my little girl. And whenever anyone meets her, sees her, or whatever, I'm just like, oh, just be careful. She's sweet, but she's really dominant. They're like, this little girl? I'm like, yes. Okay, I'm taking a break from work for lunch, and I just opened up one of those seltzers I got this morning. So it's Nixie is the brand, and I got lime ginger. This is so good. This could be my new favorite seltzer. This lime ginger tastes like a mojito. And I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink a lot, I loved loved mojitos. It was like my jam. I just loved it. It was just like clean, fresh. It was like perfect in the summertime. It was perfect late at a party. It was perfect outdoors. Like, I love a mojito, and this tastes like a mojito, just FYI. I wanted to get back to you and follow up on this, but yeah, it's really, really good. These are on sale currently at Whole Foods, at least at my Whole Foods. I am going to probably rush back and get some more. So good. So good. And for lunch, we are having chicken wings. I'm not the biggest fan of chicken, but you know, since I'm doing paleo, I need to change up what I'm eating. If I eat beef all the time, I'll just get so sick of it. So this is today's lunch. So like I mentioned, gosh, I can't remember if it was at the beginning of this vlog or in my last vlog, but I'm not gonna be doing like dedicated videos to PR unboxings anymore. I got something from House of Siage. Another gorgeously wrapped box from House of Siage, which I am so excited for. Yes, oh my God, I can smell it. Ooh, it smells beautiful. Whispers of Enchantment. And the Whispers fragrances are my favorite. Mandarin, jasmine, wild sage, and patchouli. That's like everything I love. Coming out August 13th on House of Siage. Woo, how exciting. See what it looks like. Oh, look. So sensuous. Oh, wow. Look at this bottle. Oof. Smells like all those notes I just read. Mandarin, jasmine. I even smell the wild sage a little bit, and then the patchouli kind of like softens it up, rounds it out. That's really nice. I just love, love, love the Whispers line. That is wonderful. Thank you so much, House of Siage. Cannot get enough of your fragrances. Hi, well, I just spent all day editing a really long vlog. Well, you guys would have seen it, or maybe not, but it was 55 minutes long. I never think I have enough content when I'm vlogging. I'm like, oh, let me just keep talking, keep talking about stuff, showing them stuff. And then I end up with like 5 hours of footage, and I'm like, oh God. Anyway, so here I am, rambling on, but I'm making dinner. So I thought I would show you what I'm making, since I'm talking about how I'm eating differently these days. So I took out a pound of grass-fed ground beef, and I was just gonna brown it up with some seasoning and call it a day. But I remembered that I got that beef liver this morning at Whole Foods, and I should dice it up while it's frozen and throw a little bit in. Now, my husband does not want any beef liver, so I guess I'll have to do 2 batches. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me take out the beef liver. If this is gonna totally gross you out, then please fast forward. I totally understand. I gave myself the version with the beef liver, a lot more tomato sauce, or ketchup, I should say, a lot more ketchup in hopes to hide the flavor of the liver. And this is my husband's version. And for those of you wondering, no, he's not doing paleo or carnivore with me or anything. It's just, I don't think he feels like cooking tonight, so he's just getting what I'm making. Someone has made themselves very comfortable on their new bed. Oh, who's the cutest little baby? Who's the cutest little baby? Now don't hump this bed, please. Well, I'm about to head upstairs to hit the sack. And two things. I want to give you a little bit of a review on the beef liver. It was fine while I was eating it. I think I minced it fine enough so that there weren't any chunks of it. Sorry, gross. But when I did get like a little bit of it, it tastes kind of mealy. It's kind of weird. That I wasn't expecting because it's so, you know, it's so slimy, but I guess once you cook it up, anyway. So it's a little mealy. I would have to say that even though I didn't really taste it while I was eating it, there were enough spices, the Primal Kitchen ketchup, like really like overpowered it. There is an aftertaste. There is like a metallic aftertaste, which I think is what people always talk about when they talk about livers, that it's like all of that blood. So there is a little bit of a metallic aftertaste. It's not unbearable. It's fine. But I did just want to give you guys that little bit of feedback. And also, the most majestic floral arrangement came from some friends for basically housewarming, and I just had to show them to you. They are so, so beautiful, and it's huge. So here is the floral arrangement. It's like a sushi boat size floral arrangement. There's orchids, lilies, roses, tulips, hydrangea. I mean, it is absolutely stunning, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And it's so heavy. It took me so much to like get it onto the counter and then kind of into the center of my kitchen counter. But it's so fragrant. It's like filling up the entire room with its fragrance. If I could have fresh flowers everywhere all the time, I would. They're just a complete and total mood changer, and they just put a smile on my face, and they just make a room just come alive, and I just love them. And they are from the same florist that my husband orders my monthly flowers from. They are from that same florist. It's the English Garden Florist here in Las Vegas. They're amazing. Absolutely, I mean, obviously, their work says it all. But anyway, I'm gonna hit the sack, and I will see you guys tomorrow.